alive. There's still 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we're actually live.
And all the things are on that we're supposed to be clicking?
All the things are on. Pretty sure. Punctuality is the thief of time. I don't think that's true. I think tardiness is the thief of time. He has it backwards, which is probably on purpose because it's Eric. That's probably what it is. Matthew is here. Matthew Rose from San Antonio. Hello, sir. Good morning. I'm Sam.
I'm Jessie.
And welcome to the Flipside.
My voice is a little iffy, too.
Yeah, it is. Here we go again. Derek says, good morning. I should still be sleeping. Where are you? Why should you still be sleeping? If you are... Okay, if you're in Pacific time zone, I will agree with you. You maybe should still be sleeping because it's Saturday. But if you're anywhere else, the day has begun. Like if you're Mountain, Central, or Eastern time, you're hour to 3 hours ahead of us, which means that it could be anywhere from 10, 11, or 12 o'clock where you are. Of course, Derek might also be in Australia. No, I don't think he is. We've sent him stuff before. Pretty sure he's West Coast. Good afternoon. I guess it is. On my way to a picnic.
Ooh, that
Vanessa,
sounds fun.
it better be a board gaming picnic. Otherwise, your board gamer card is going to be revoked.
You could bring charcuterie.
No, you could.
You could bring...
Doesn't have a whole lot of cards.
What's another picnic-themed game?
Oh, that's right. Derek lives north of us.
Oh, yes, up in BC.
He's in British Columbia.
I love BC. I haven't been up there in a long time.
She said, I might actually play some games today, Vanessa says.
Oh, I like this thought, Vanessa.
David Brownlee says, hello, hello.
Good
Actually, he
morning.
said, howdy, howdy.
Good morning.
Blake Cavaney is here. Hello, Blake. Long time no see, sir. You have been a Truffle Shuffle member for 9 months.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. You are a scholar and a gentleman. Take paper plates for the Yellow Jackets.
It's Sam's weapon of choice.
They are quite effective. Especially if rolled into a flat. No, not rolled, folded into a flat spatula-esque shape. They're very effective.
So was my spatula until I broke it.
No, your spatula did not.
He didn't even make it like two
Did
smacks.
not make it through trials.
No.
That design had to go back to the drawing board.
Too hot.
Work was stupid crazy last night.
Oof.
I think Fridays are the worst for pizza joints. Isn't that true?
I think so.
Yeah. Fridays are the worst for pizza joints. Everybody wants pizza on a Friday.
We don't eat pizza.
Derek says, I am a teacher on summer break. I am a night owl. Late nights, sleeping in.
Love it.
My gig will be up in a few weeks.
Yes, it will. I'm a teacher also, but we go year-round at our school.
Yep.
I'm happy about that. Can't you tell? No, not really.
Vanessa says it's our annual picnic for the board gaming group, so yeah, good chance.
Ah, that's amazing.
That's good.
Your board gaming group is epic. You can all tell them that. You can tell them all that, is what I meant. They're all awesome.
You can tell that it's not just a bunch of people who
They're friends.
they're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I love it.
Blake said that they're a little short-staffed right now with people being on vacation. God bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
Isn't it amazing how she just grabbed like a stack of paper towels
I brought in and
smothered
preemptive.
herself in it?
I brought it preemptively thinking I was going to spill my tea.
I'm skipping ads just for you guys. Just did it.
I literally brought it thinking I'm probably going to end up spilling my tea. So, and I don't mean the kind that the kids talk about. Spilling your tea means something else. It means gossip. Spill the tea. Spill the tea means tell me what's going on. Tell me Yeah.
That's weird.
No, they say spill the tea. It's a thing.
That's weird.
Or, ooh, I have tea.
Oh, see, that would drive me up a wall. Drink it yourself.
I have tea. And then
That's
you say,
my answer.
You do.
That's what you should say.
You say, I have tea, and you go, spill it.
No. Drink it yourself or go talk to the person that it's about. That's what you should be doing.
That's why I said it's not that kind of
Spilling
spilling
the
my
tea.
I-
Drink the tea.
I
Keep it to
preemptively
yourself.
figured I was going to spill today, so I brought in a stack of napkins.
David Brownlee says, bless you, my son.
Thank you.
My daughter.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, Sam. Spill the tea means gossip.
See?
Thanks, Blake. If you ever come to the Berg, we'd be happy to host you. Yeah, well.
Well, life is...
Closest
Sure,
I get to Pittsburgh is Philly, and that's only once a year. And I don't even know if I'm going to be doing that this year. Because I am honestly up to my ears with traveling right now. I just want to chill, work, and get back to normal schedule. But it comes with the territory. It's part of the job. I get it.
want to drink this.
Huh?
It's going to be way too hot, but I really want to drink it.
Well, stop using drops of the sun as you warm your stuff up.
Okay, now my napkins are more than preemptive because I took the lid off my tea to help it cool. So
I thought it was spill the beans, Stidgen says. That's what it used to be. That's not the cool way to say it anymore.
it's tea.
I think I like, now that it's growing on me, I like spill the tea better because I can say, no, drink it yourself. I like that. I like it. I have tea. Go ahead and drink it because I'm not here to share it with you. Yeah. And it's got a little bit of a historical... No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense in historical context. Because we spilt the tea on purpose. We threw it over the side of the ship on purpose. That was not a spill the tea. That was a... Stop taxing me without representing me. That makes no sense whatsoever.
We don't seem to care about it now.
Yeah, that's true. Vanessa
sorry.
says,
What I meant was-
I'm likely not going to PAX either. Well, that's it then. I'm not going. If Vanessa's
Vanessa's
not
not
going
there?
to go, I'm not going to go.
But what if Vanessa says she's going to go? Then you
I'll
should try to
move
go.
heaven and earth. Can't stay long. We're out
so
for
hot.
game night.
Oh.
Good to see y'all. Good to see you too, Odessa. From what I understand, lots of American schools are back in session in August. Our schools start up first week of September.
Nice.
Well, actually,
It depends on where you are. Traditionally, it used to be, well, in my area, up here in Washington, used to be after Labor Day. But we've kind of migrated to the week before Labor Day now. It used to be driven by farms. Like if you were a high farming community, you would start early and end early so that you can get through cherry season and
so the kids
wheat
could,
harvest.
so
and,
the kids could help harvest.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, but right now we are starting on the 28th of this month, August 28th. All the kids go back to school. And then Labor Day is Monday the 2nd. So
Indianapolis School District started
Yeah.
school the week of Gen Con,
yeah,
like the second week in
Yeah.
August.
yeah.
I was
I
surprised.
think my sister's schools in Colorado start
I was
early.
surprised. It was super early, I thought. But
And then they're done by like May, though.
They get out the
Yeah.
end of May.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, halfway through May.
Yeah.
So it's like, geez Louise. Vanessa says, our group is great. And yes, many of us are friends outside of gaming too.
Love it. Friends that become family are family. We love our family.
In Tacoma, most schools start back after Labor Day in September.
Yeah.
I believe Spill the Tea was much older. Not if they're using it now. Coming
This is
from
not really amazing.
child labor laws, be darned.
No child labor law when you're working on your own family's farm.
That's true, but even in addition to that, that can actually be, because I've been seeing some things, you can actually pay your kids.
Yep.
If they work in your business, you
Yep.
can actually pay your kids up to a certain amount, and they don't have to report any of it. According to tax law, they don't have to report that income, so they get all of that free and clear. And in addition to that, I have to go back and do research, but I think in addition to that, you can, you don't, as the employer, don't have to pay any employee tax on that either, because they're not an actual employee.
Why are you researching this?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm out of sugar.
I'm not actively researching it, by
Okay.
the way. It's just stuff that I'm picking up.
I'm out of sugar in my house, and I'm out of honey, and I'm out of stevia, and I have no sweetener for my tea at all. So I did brown sugar this morning. It's not quite amazing.
Blake says, my mom's school starts back on the 22nd, but the public schools in Tacoma start after Labor Day almost
Right.
always.
Yeah.
Once every 5 years, they start before Labor Day. Derek asks, Sam, is there anything you miss about teaching? I can't imagine what.
Really?
I miss a lot about teaching. There's also a lot that I do not miss about teaching. So is Jessie a tax write-off? No, she isn't.
No, I don't get paid by the company.
Yeah, she's one of the owners, but she doesn't get paid by the company. We don't actually have any
Actually, Sam
employees.
doesn't get paid either.
We don't have any employees, so.
No,
Is
please
there
no.
anything you miss about teaching?
Yeah, tell us.
I miss the interactivity with the students. That's what I miss. Period. I went to school to be a youth pastor, and I always considered teaching a kind of youth ministry. I always taught in Christian schools as well, so maybe that's a caveat that helps me bridge that potential gap a little bit better than other people would. But I always looked at teaching as a kind of youth ministry, so I always enjoyed it. What I didn't enjoy was all the teaching paperwork that goes along with it. I hated grading. I hated grade books. I hated the disciplinary part of it because, let's face it, teenagers are often stupid. Not always, but often. And they do stupid stuff. And if there's not someone there to kind of corral them back in, they will hurt themselves or others doing stupid stuff. And they can be disruptive in classroom settings as well. So that's the part that I didn't like about it. And it was something that I had to do. I was also a coach, so I loved that aspect of it. I wished I could have just been a full-time coach, frankly. But it was a small private school, so we did not have the budget for that. We barely had the budget for a full-time athletic director, let alone any full-time coaches. But there's a lot that I miss about teaching, a lot. But there's probably more that I don't miss. I don't like staff meetings. I think they are largely ineffective. because most of what you could do in a staff meeting could be done in an email, and then the people who don't read the email, it's painfully obvious. And then you can have a meeting for those people. But if the people that read the emails and do what you're telling them to do in the emails, don't make them go to a staff meeting, because you're just sucking up more of their time. And they're already taxed, as it is, with time for time.
One thing I like about what we've been doing at work is we've been doing Monday memos, in which one of the girls I work with lists the things that we need to talk about this week. Everybody gets this piece of paper passed around. We all read it, we all sign it, and then it goes back in the file. And I like that.
Yeah.
There's no staff meeting, but they are Monday memos, and I like it.
But somebody could just come in and sign their name and put it back and not read it.
Right, but now we have, hey, you say you read this.
Yeah.
So now.
No, exactly. Yes,
there's
that's
a
what I'm
problem.
saying.
You know, whether it's parking in the lines.
You can get read receipts as well on emails, so you can put your email.
Right, we don't have emails. Nobody has computers anymore.
I know. But what I was saying is that
read receipt.
emails, you do read receipts. You know that they opened it, whether they read it or not.
Right. Right.
Staff meeting's done.
Yeah.
And if anybody doesn't do what you've been asking them to do
Then you
because they
can
just
say-
opened it and didn't read it,
Yep.
then you have a
Yep.
meeting with them.
Yep.
Don't punish the good staff people. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think staff meetings are. I think they're punishments.
I don't know. I've had some pretty good staff meetings.
No, I get it. Sometimes they can be, but more often than not. I think as a general rule.
When I worked in the startup world and tech in Seattle during the dot-com boom in Seattle, we didn't have staff meetings very often, but we had staff morale events. And those were super fun. Only because I coordinated all of them. But, I coordinated them, I arranged them, I planned them. It was pretty fun. One year, I took some of our top people that were recommended by management, and I sent them down from Seattle to San Francisco for 3 days. Flew them down, had a hotel arranged for them, had private tours of the city, had all these things that they had planned, scavenger hunts and all these things, and then they flew back. It was an employee morale thing. It was really cool.
Did they do all of that stuff?
Every one of them.
Really?
Yeah. Nobody skipped out. I wasn't going to let them.
Wasn't going to let them? What are
Nope.
you? Standing there with a cattle prod?
Yep.
Wow.
I didn't go to the San Francisco trip. I just organized it.
Vanessa says, I don't know what brown sugar tastes like in tea,
It's
but
not.
it's great in coffee.
It's not amazing, but maybe because I haven't got to the sweet part. Maybe when I get down to the bottom and I get all the sweet goodness stuff.
Shake it up.
Me?
Give it.
No, I don't want to spill it. I don't think this lid is trustworthy.
Give it. You hold it at the top. And just do this. Nothing coming out. You're just swirling it in the bottom. That's it. There. Try it.
Thanks.
Let's see here. My mom's worked at 2 different schools. She used to do accounting. Now she's a lunch lady.
Nice. I love
She
our
much
lunch
prefers being a lunch lady over accounting.
ladies. Yeah, I would
imagine.
agree.
I can imagine, because at least when you're cooking, you can interact with the other people that are working. I bet you an accountant doesn't get much FaceTime with people at all, unless they're talking about numbers with them. The public schools in Tacoma, Blake says, also don't have the budget for an athletic director. How can the public schools in Tacoma not have an athletic director
I
budget?
don't think that's a thing.
What? How can it
I think
not
you have
be?
coaches
Yeah, but
and
you
you have a PE teacher.
But the athletic director is the one that is working with the leagues to schedule all of the games.
I don't know.
That's a lot of work.
I don't know. I have no idea.
You can't expect your coaches to do all that work.
You're wearing black again. People are gonna.
I don't care. I don't care. If people think I wear
Your hunchback.
a Sith cloak around all day, that's fine with me. The dreaded staff meetings, I am well aware. Do you teach at church? I do not teach at church.
Currently.
I only serve on the tech crew, the Connect team, and we also are hosts of a city group here at our house, which is on a break right now because most city groups just take a break over the summer. We'll be starting back up in a couple of weeks, in a few weeks after school gets back into session. Have you thought about uploading your content to a podcast? Well, I imagine I could. It would not be that difficult. I would just have to find some way to record the audio while we're doing this and then put it onto a podcast site. It wouldn't be that hard, but I haven't put any real thought behind it. The possibility is there, but I don't know that.
We do want to focus on growing the channel, and that might involve, some back-end things like switching all of our lives to videos.
Which I'm doing some of that. I'm trying to see if it's making a difference.
Right, and then maybe, like you said, doing them on podcast or something. So we are looking at all these options, and I love the suggestions.
When my mom did accounting at a school, she once had a parent threaten to call the governor on her.
Oh, geez.
But the governor's kids went to that school also.
Call him. Go ahead.
Wow.
I got, last week, one of the kids got, they didn't get mad at me. One of the kids was mad at a different teacher. And so said, I'm going to tell my mom on you. I'm going to tell my mom on you. And then said, I'm going to tell my mom on you too, Miss Jessie. And I said, what did I do? I wasn't even involved in their teacher-student scuffle. I was actually sitting and comforting this child and loving on this child. And I said, what are you going to tell your mom on me for? And he goes, I'm going to tell my mom that I love you. And I was like, okay, you can tell your mom that. He was still mad, but he was like, I'm going to tell my mom I love you. Can you guess which blondie little boy that was?
Yeah. David says, athletics without direction sounds more entertaining than the alternative. It actually is not. There is I know you're being tongue-in-cheek, David, but there is so much scheduling and logistical, nightmarish type stuff that goes along with having multiple athletic teams all year long. I can't
I'm sure they have an
imagine.
athletic director, you just may not know
Or
it.
somebody has that, somebody in the school wears that hat, whomever it might be. Maybe it's not the PE teacher, but maybe it's the full-time coach of whatever sport, that their sport only takes part during part of the year, so the rest of the year they are working on. Maybe that is it, but I don't know. There are so few. Tom is here. What's up, Tom? Good to see you. There are so few athletic teachers that actually mentor those students who are not athletically coordinated. At least this is the way I feel. There are so few athletic teachers that actually mentor those students.
All right. It's
are
about
not
getting other
athletically
kids
coordinated.
involved that may not be part of that athletic group. Is that what they're saying?
I don't know. I don't know what Derek is saying. I didn't understand that sentence. There are so few athletic teachers
Right.
that actually mentor those students who are not athletically coordinated.
Yeah, no, I understand what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
There are people in PE class that are not really physically coordinated people.
Yeah.
They're not PE people. They're not sports people. They might be band kids. They might be something else.
Yeah.
He's saying there are a few people that will help bring those kids alongside.
Sure.
That's what I interpret what he said.
I can see that.
And I will agree. I think there are a few. You broke Sam.
No, I'm just thinking because I think part of growing up means that you don't get babied.
I didn't say baby.
I know, but it sounds like to me what you and Derek are saying, if what you're saying is what Derek is saying, is that the kids who aren't athletically coordinated need to be babied during PE class.
Oh, no, I didn't say that at all. But you can do things to bring them alongside you.
Sure.
Like to get them involved. Maybe it's the kid that never gets picked for Foursquare, never gets picked for kickball,
There
and
are
therefore they're sitting there.
Yeah, there are a lot of kids that I've seen, even in like Aiden's
Yeah.
football, that are not athletically inclined. They are super like.
Agreed.
But they're out there giving 110%.
Well, but that's what I think he's saying is there are people that can let the kids just sit there and be who they are, or they can bring them in and get them involved.
Understood. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So they let those kids not be involved.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
Understood.
That's what I interpret he was saying.
You're like, Tom, he's already signing off. No, I'm not, Eric. Jeez, stop trying to push your desires on us. David Brownlee says, off sites back when high tech had too much money were the best.
We had too much money.
Off sites? What are off sites?
Meetings and off-site events.
Oh, off sites events. Okay, got it.
Yeah, we had too much money. You know it. You were in the tech field then.
The public schools in Tacoma don't have as large a budget as other public schools in the state. Usually the athletic director is also a teacher and not a separate position.
Yeah.
That makes sense. There has to be an athletic director. Who does it? I don't know.
We are a not a very well-funded school in Wenatchee. We are Title I and not very well funded at all. We have one of the kids who's going to a new school on the other side of the river because they have a better athletic department than the one we have.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
It's not even so much that that their athletic department is better. It is.
He's following his coach.
He's following his coach that he had for the last 3 years in club ball. So that's why he wanted to.
It's not amazing.
The project Tom was working on took longer than I thought it would, and it affected his ability to spell, apparently. Does your city group have game nights together? No, because largely the other people in our city group aren't necessarily board gamers. They're just our friends from church.
Yeah.
So
part of our church family.
Yep. Podcast, that way we don't have to see ya.
Oh yeah, I'm
well,
up for that.
that's one of the best things about doing these is I don't have to see your face, Eric. There you go.
That was just mean.
You know, he gives it. I'm gonna give it right back. I'm gonna give it right back. Looks like you're up about 200 subscribers from last week. Yeah, thereabouts. It's steadily going up. We're at 7.65 thousand right now. So that's good. It's a good clip. We're growing and it's getting up there. So I just have to figure out how to get my videos a little bit more traction so that more people watch them. That's my thing. And I have ideas. I just have to make the time to put those ideas into place. I am starting to make some of those changes, but part of the problem of making those changes is how I'm restricted a little bit because it takes time I have to wait. I can't do it immediately after the stream is over. I have to wait for a little bit for the video to process, and then I have to go back in, and then I have to wait for it to load, and then I can make the changes, and then it takes a couple hours for that to process. So it's not that kind of a process. And when you're talking about a channel that has 491 videos and most of those videos are lives, that's a lot of time.
I know.
So I'm doing it on, like for example, I made changes. I changed the title and I took the word live out of the title. And then I also trimmed at the front end and the back end of the video. And then put it back in for my live review of Mezen this week.
Okay,
so I'm going to see if that changes anything. If that review tracks a little bit higher, I'm also going to go post it on Board Game Geek. I'm also going to make a post about it today on Facebook and Twitter, and we're going to see how that video goes. We'll see. I think part of it is that. I think part of it is long-form content just isn't watched. And so I either have to stop doing long form content or do less long form and more short form. That's the that's where I am. That's the impasse I am mentally at right now. So we'll see. Lovely of you to provide a prize for this month's giveaway, Derek says to Tom. NAR is a really good game, easy to learn, fun to play. Thank you.
NAR is a great game. Can we talk about the giveaway?
Yeah, we can. So we'll go ahead and show.
This is so cool.
What we're actually giving away. This is the first time we've actually shown and talked about what we're giving away.
Bring all three.
Anywhere other than the actual announcement video. You still have to go to the video to figure out how you're going to be entered into it. Oh, you know what I should do? I should get our copy of Wandering Towers. Is it in one of the bags? It is. I'll get it. I'll get it. You stay. You stay. Because I want to show how this insert works. It's not in there. It's got to be in one of the bigger bags, yeah?
Okay.
Keep going. Keep talking.
I'm trying. It's just I'm too far away to actually see.
You're so far away from me.
Derek says, encourage those that aren't just born a good athlete. It takes practice and you can get better at it. Does that make sense? And that's what I said too. Eric, we do have a music program, and that's what we are better at than the other side of the river. We are number one, I think we are number 4 in the nation for our high school mariachi band. Our Wenatchee band is really good. We have marching band that's good. Our color guard is really good. So we do have music programs. Vanessa says, I love the amount of live content you do. The interaction with people is fun.
Oh, we do too. We
Thanks,
love
Vanessa.
that.
That's what we love.
We love that. Don't misunderstand me at all. Where is Wandering Towers? It's not in here.
I don't know that we took it. I don't know.
No, we took it. We usually take that one to game.
Tom says, I really don't care for all the short 1-minute videos people are doing. Yeah. 1 minute is just...
I don't care for that kind of content
I don't
either.
do that. Short videos could still be done 10, 15 minutes. You can do a 10-minute shorter video. 1 minute is just stupid. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's not stupid. There's a place for it, and I don't like what it promotes. It promotes shorter attention spans,
Yeah.
and I don't think that. I think that's a bad thing. Which is one of the reasons why I don't necessarily like making that kind of content.
David says the interaction is fun, but I'm glad not all 7.66 subscribers are interacting.
Oh, it's 6.6 now?
6.6 is what he wrote.
Hey. Right. It just went up because I just checked it this morning.
Me too. But I do love the interactions we have. You guys are some of my nearest and dearest friends. You just don't know that.
What the literal heck?
Is it in that stack over there?
No, it's not. I just looked at that stack over there. Oh, I see it.
Okay.
It's over here
Sam's
behind
been
the
walking
Falcon.
around.
It's over here behind the Falcon.
Yeah, we just need to take that down.
All right. So,
First off, our giveaway. We
So
have
we
this
have-
amazing copy of NAR. Given to us by
donated by Tom.
Thank you.
So there's that. Great game.
One of my favorites.
There is this one right here that is, unbeknownst to them, donated by the op because they
thank you. That helps.
They sent me a copy of the game because they do that to the people who are going to be demoing the game for them at a convention. I did so at Gen Con, so they sent one to me.
But we
I
never
already
had one.
owned it. I still own it, and so this is going to be a copy that we give away. So that's that, and then we're going to give away this copy. See that?
A little A little fluffle on the, I know.
David was saying how much he loved that the other day.
He loved it. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, he loved that. So this is going to be going out. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the insert for this.
Because we are also sending
We're going to
out
keep this sealed so that you know that it's your copy.
Stop.
And I'm going to use my copy of the game to show what the insert looks like.
Because you are also not only getting these 3 games if you are the winner,
Correct.
but you also get a custom insert made by the Printed Meeple in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah. And how can I get this out? Can I do this in one?
Oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah, in your faces.
Okay.
Oh, crap.
See?
That kind of worked. It didn't, but that's okay.
That's the insert that comes in the box.
Yeah,
you want to flip down to the camera angle?
Sure. All right, so. Ugh.
I know.
Help me. Put that down, and then I gotta put this down too. Ow.
I don't think this is
So
working
bad.
so well.
It's not.
Okay.
But anyway, all right, here we go. Bink. So this is
And
the
then
insert.
picture.
Yeah. This is the insert that actually comes in the box. This right here. So this has, it's not a bad insert.
Nope.
It actually keeps everything the way it should be and all that kind of stuff. So that's cool, all well and good. You do have to keep all of the punch boards so that the board, everything is flush and everything doesn't spark around a little bit. So we're going to take that out and put that over here. So that's the top of the box. Here's the bottom of the box of Wandering Towers. Okay? Now, what we're going to do, can you hand me the other thing?
No, I got to move my tea because I do not want to spill my tea.
Yeah, that probably will happen.
I know. Ooh la la!
So here is the custom insert, 3D printed insert that is going to be given away. This arrived in the mail just a few days ago from the Printed Meeple, and it fits right inside the box like so.
Oh, that's so cool.
You don't need the punch boards anymore. Everything stays in there just like normal.
And
not only are you getting the insert, but you're also getting custom 3D printed pieces. So all of the towers are 3D printed, and they have the little eagle sign on the front of it.
Go back in. I broke it. Never mind. I just had to let go of it.
So all of them have that. And then you also have, here is the actual dark tower, where you are dropping your dudes in there as well. So that's pretty cool. Then, on top of that, you're also getting custom 3D printed, oh, come on. It was working fine.
Different box.
Huh?
I don't know. Is it a slide or a click?
Yeah, it's a slide. It's a slidey slide.
I don't have hand finger strength, so
Why is it not
of course we showed the one that won't work right now. It worked.
It was working, I promise you.
Sam
There we
touched it.
go.
There you go.
See? So you open it up and you've got custom potions, custom printed potions that are there. And then you also have all of your 3D printed meeples, all of your wizards. So that's cool as well.
And every player gets their own color.
Every player has their own color. So
And it is super nice.
really
And we
cool.
are super grateful for this
Really cool.
amazing
That's
insert.
why it's a little bit, it pops
Yeah.
closed. It like
kind of
clicks.
snake. Yes.
Clicks in there. That's why. So
Look how beautiful that is.
each one fits in there.
Look at that.
And then your rule book and your boards probably fit. This is, okay, I'm actually figuring this out right now. So I want to see where all of these things go.
Right here.
Well, this stuff can go, well, yeah, that
And then
might
there's
be
another
true.
one.
That might be true. All that can go in there. That can probably go in there, maybe.
Yeah, they have enough space for everything.
There's a little bit of...
And then there's some things here too.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to put that right there, I think. This, I don't know where this goes.
That goes in the small box.
I don't know. That's really deep.
Oh.
But there are...
And cards will go there.
I'm figuring this all out. I'm figuring this all out right now. So cards can, I guess, go in here.
Of course they do. That's perfect. Look how amazing that is.
Cards can go in there. What goes in here? This is what I want to know. What goes in here?
Or do the cards go in here? Those are the same size as those cards.
But I don't know what this is for. I don't know what this is for. This is intriguing.
You don't think the cards?
Maybe they are. Oh. Maybe.
That's what I just said.
Maybe it is. It's a card holder.
Yes.
It's a card holder for the game. So that while you're playing it.
Yes.
Ah. Coolness. All right. That's pretty freaking cool. That goes in there like that. All of these things are in there. I think that's pretty neato. Frito. Then, let's see. All of this stuff. Let's see. I want to see how these fit in there. I think I know how. They just
Oh,
go,
I think they go right there.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yep. Look at that. Oh, that
They
is
just go
so
just like
cool.
that. Then that goes on top. That's the little mini expansion, and then Wandering Towers thing goes on top of that. And
That
then you put
is
the box.
so cool.
That is pretty stinking freaking awesome, y'all. That is super cool. I love how everything is just like so.
Perfect.
There's a little bit of empty space right
It's
here.
okay. It keeps them.
But it's all right. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, it keeps things from moving around.
No.
You know, nothing's really gonna.
Earthquake proof.
Yeah.
Although it sounds pretty fun.
Anyway, that is what the 3D printed insert looks like for Wandering Towers.
We got to take that out. It's not ours.
It's mine now. I'm keeping that sucker.
No.
So that is what's happening. This will come out. You are going to be giving away this. We will ship it all together. I will, whoever wins, let me put it that way. Whoever wins, I will contact them and see if they want me to put the pieces of the game, you know, open their copy and put it all together. Because shipping the 3D printed thing by itself could be problematic. So I will contact the winner, whomever that turns out to be, and get them to know. But get them to tell us what they want to do. So that makes our screen a little bit more
Busy.
but that's okay. No worries at all. All right, let's see here. We have to catch up a little bit.
Are you on live chat? No.
Of course I'm not. Live chat. Well, now I'm on live chat, but if I missed
Hopefully,
anything,
if you
I'm
missed
sorry.
anything, please shout it out again, and I'm sorry.
Just redo it.
Sorry.
Let's see. All right, have to get my daily jab in. Yeah, I know, Eric. No worries. But, you know, if you jab at me, I'm going to jab back at you. That's just the way it is. That's called table talk. Eric, that's not fair to Jessie. Oh, I like podcasting because we don't have to look at you.
You don't want to look at me.
Congrats on plus 200. Thank you, Eric. In my high school, the so-called athletic director was the librarian. Well, actually, that makes a little bit of sense because librarians are probably very organized, and you have to be very organized in order to be a good athletic director. So that actually makes more sense than you would imagine, than you maybe thought it would. Because athletic director doesn't necessarily need to be the most athletic person. You need to know about sports probably, but you really need to know about scheduling and logistics and be organized in all of that. So a librarian being an athletic director, in my mind at least, makes a lot more sense than you probably would think it does. Let's see. A lot of band kids are sports people. In my high school, the entire football team did drumline also.
That's cool.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing
Well,
But there
our
is a
school
divide.
does now. They have to have their sports physicals for band because they are considering it a sport. They march a lot while blowing on a mellophone.
I'm not saying that it doesn't take physicality.
Why would Daphne's color guard not be if the Applettes are?
See, to me,
Nope.
you said, this is what I heard. Why would an apple not be considered an apple when an apple is considered an apple?
Right. They're all sports.
Or rather, why would an orange not be considered an apple when this other orange is considered an apple? I don't think the other orange should be considered an apple. I don't consider the Applettes a sport.
Oh, completely.
Sport.
Dance is a sport.
It is an activity that you can compete in.
It was just on the Olympics as dance.
Again,
A sport.
it's an activity that you can compete in. I don't necessarily call it a sport. A sport is where you have a team of people on the field at the same time with the rest of their team competing against another team that's on a field at the same time. Maybe I have a weird definition of it, but in my opinion, sports are...
So that would mean gymnastics isn't a sport because they are doing their vault and getting judged on it, and then the other team comes up and does their
I
vault.
understand that.
So I'm saying you're wrong.
I understand that. And you can disagree with me but a sports for me is more than just about competition.
Right.
There's because yes, gymnastics is a competition. I get it. I understand that. And it's very athletic and it's very this and it's very that. I get it. It's just not within the realm of, it's not a team sport in my opinion. Because
Swimming.
a team sport, again, a team sport, but
All the sports
here's
I
the thing. Here's the thing. There are different kinds of team sports.
Yes.
And I totally understand that there are competition, but to me, dance, see, you're taking a number of different things and throwing them into the same pot that I don't put them in the same, dance is
Honey, I'm not-
completely off the table.
Stop. It's okay.
Gymnastics isn't dance. Swimming isn't dance. Dance is not a sport to me. It is an activity. It's athletic. You can compete in it. Yes. I don't consider it a sport. I just don't. Period. End of discussion. Cheerleading, very athletic. Very, can be very competitive. Can be this, can be that. I just don't consider it a sport. Sports, I think, are just in a different category altogether. So we're just going to disagree on this.
I'm good with that.
And a lot of
Carry
us are
on.
probably
Yeah, they're all
going to
be all fired up because I guarantee you I'm not the only one that disagrees
No,
with
I
you.
understand that. I understand that. But for me, no. I'm sorry. Applettes, no. Dance moms, dance, all that stuff, no. Sorry. And I bring up dance moms. I understand that kind of mentality can go into anything, not just sports.
I've seen some
But it can
football
go-
games in Spokane,
You got
Washington.
that right. You got that right.
And
So
those
that
parents
mentality
could be
can go
dance moms.
everywhere.
I'm not.
No, they shouldn't. They need to go through a parenting course of how not to yell at your kid and tell them how not to tell them how to treat other people's
There
kids.
was one game. Aiden was probably 5th grade, that one?
Sixth.
6th. And one of the parents in the stand is yelling, I don't care what you better break his leg to stop him. I don't care if it hurts him. If you don't hurt that kid, you're not even coming back home. You're sleeping on the couch with the dog. And I was like, please.
Horrible.
Shush.
Derek says gym mentorship. Taking the kid that is
Yes.
uncoordinated and
Yes.
taking the time to show them, for example, how to throw the ball.
Totally.
That's what should be done. That is you doing your job
And he
if
was
you
saying,
are a PE teacher.
and he originally said, not many people do that.
Right.
And that's why I was saying bring them along with you. Like that's a teaching term. Bring them along with you.
Vanessa, I guess, went back to talking about her picnic.
Oh,
Because she says,
super
I
jealous.
opted to bring burger toppings, and now my entire car smells like onions
Ew, no.
with pukey face.
Yeah, you should not have brought the onions.
Encourage them that you aren't just born a good athlete. It takes practice, and
Right.
you can get better at it.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Yes, it does.
Totally makes sense.
No one wants to see my ugly face anyway. That's probably not true, Blake. There's probably some people out there that want to see your ugly face. Do you have a music program, Jess?
We do. I said that. I already answered that. We have a good music program.
At your school, I think is what he's talking about.
I think he's talking about at the high school.
At your
my
preschool.
my preschool, I am the music program. And that's kind of scary. No, at the school across the street for the bigger kids,
They do.
they have music.
Yes. Preschool,
The preschool, I'm the music teacher.
which consists of...
We get to learn the dance moves to I'm a Gummy Bear.
I weep for the species. Let's see here. Okay, you can stop now. I'm not looking at you. Let's see. Let us know if we can help. Help with what? I don't
Get your viewers up.
Oh,
Or what suggestions
Well,
or
I
something
mean-
like that. Yeah.
you guys, if you can, the more you guys share and talk about what we do here
It does help.
amongst your own circles, the
Yeah.
better. Word of mouth is a thing. So, what was that?
I don't know. That made me laugh.
Sam, you have now looked at the email video suggestions you had from the July
Yeah.
contest entries. Any suggestions you think were good? I have not looked at all of
He
them.
has not gone through.
I
We
have
a
been
list.
going solid since the end
July,
of July.
June and July,
Well, no.
yeah, are gone. Like we didn't even.
July ended, August began, and
We have yet to catch up.
we have not yet caught up. So, yes, they are there, and yes, I am going to be getting to them. But honestly, I've had one thing after another.
We have had a couple solid hard weeks.
I'm sure that there are many that are good.
Yes.
I have talked to, for example, people that I have more not face contact, but more contact, like
Yeah.
Tom and David. They've sent a lot of good
Yes,
ideas.
and I love that. So
And
we're gonna.
we are. Please understand, I'm not going through them
Right,
just
Can you-
to not go through them.
right. Could you send them to me and I can help make a list?
Like you have all of that time.
I sit in a sleeping toddler room for an hour a day.
Yeah, maybe so.
So I do have an hour. I have 1 hour.
I love the amount of live content you do. The interaction with people is fun. We already talked about that. Yes, I agree with you, Vanessa. I much prefer long form content. Blake says sometimes with short content, it's like it isn't enough. I want more. Understood. The interaction is fun, but I'm glad not all 7.66 subscribers are interacting. I remember you reading that earlier. I really don't care for all the short 1 minute videos. Yes,
I don't
okay.
like
A
the
short
1 minute
vlog of a
videos.
con isn't bad. That is true. Those shorts are getting ridiculous. Yes.
Yeah, it's the 1 minute shorts.
Too bad
Click.
it's not. Blake says, too bad it's not 6.66 subscribers.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm glad it isn't. We've grown.
We've passed that.
Sam, what if you did a short form review and long form version? Basically, the viewer can decide if they want to watch the long form after the short form. I think Game Boy Geek does that. Yeah, he
That's
does.
an interesting, yeah.
He does. He does short form content. The channel is the only channel where the viewers can change the colors of the cubes the streamer is using. This is true. Yesterday, when we were playing Forges of Ravenshire.
They asked you to change the colors.
Oh no, I had to take the call from the lawyer
Yes, I remember
in
that.
San Antonio.
Yeah,
And so I had to leave the room.
right.
So all of our wonderful watchers said, hey, JT, change the color of his cubes. So I get back, and of course I don't notice. I don't realize. I'm like, okay, what was I doing? I'm trying to think about what I was trying to do, what I wanted to do, and all that other kind of stuff. I had no clue. Gosh. And the fact that it's blue and green, so it's like it's pretty close. I didn't even notice until like a round and a half later, and I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? And I'm sitting here thinking, is my eyesight going? Is my color perception? I know I set myself up with green. What the heck is happening? And then JT just starts laughing. And of course, I didn't say that out loud. It's all internal.
Right.
And I'm like, all I said was, why do I have blue cubes? And he just starts laughing. Yeah, they had me change them. You wanted to see how long it would take to notice.
That's awesome. Also,
so yeah, you thought you made me think something was medically wrong with me. So I hope you enjoyed that, David. Thank you.
The other day we were playing another game with JT, but we were playing at game night.
Huh?
What did we play at game night? He took like some of your pieces. I can't remember the game.
Oh, we were playing loot.
We were playing loot.
We were playing loot, and while I was doing other things,
JT took like three of his
just
pieces.
like took three of my pieces. I'm like,
over here.
Why do I have?
He didn't notice the whole way, and it's now like 6 rounds in.
Yeah.
And I had like 4 pieces left, and Sam's like,
had 2.
Why do I only have 2 pieces? And then JT giggles and slides it over. Oh, my life is so much fun.
Yeah. Let's see here. Blake, it probably was at one time. Oh, it was. Yeah, it was at one time. Love to hang out with you two so much, Vanessa says. That. Yep, that would be cool.
You and I have already said.
The Wandering Nar Project. Oh, that would be cool. I should have named it that. The Wandering Nar Project giveaway.
Rename your giveaway.
I'm not going to do that. A trip to Washington, Vanessa? Yeah. Sam just did the Grinch laugh. Did I?
I don't know. What did you do?
I don't remember. I told them if they reach 10,000 subs, I'll head out to Wenatchee.
Well, I think that's a plan. We would host you.
You've got less time now than when you originally said that to get that planned. Just arrived at the picnic, so got to go for now. I'll watch the rest later. That was probably posted a half an hour ago.
Yeah, probably.
Not a bad insert for Wandering. I didn't keep the punch boards. Well, that would be a cool thing. If you didn't keep the punch boards, you should... the Printed Meeple does do this stuff as a service to their clientele. Mm-hmm. So, like, you guys can probably contact the Printed Meeple, ask him to make that for you, and he'll charge you a certain amount. I don't know how much.
Right, and order it.
And you can order it from him. So, keep that in mind. Best box bottom I've ever seen, and I've seen some good bottoms. Wow, Blake. Okay, dude. I still haven't played Wandering Towers, Derek says. This is the problem with owning too many games. That's true. Towers are nice. Yes, they are. Towers are awesome. Yes, they are. Don't break it, Sam. I'm not going to. You just raised the bar on this contest. I
told you. It's so cool.
This is why I wanted to do the contest.
It's so cool, you guys.
This is how this came about. I saw the insert. When I was down there, he showed me his insert, and I was like, dude, I asked him. I said, are you interested in sponsoring our next giveaway? And I said, I told him, I said, I can probably contact Capstone and get them to donate a copy of the game. Will you donate a copy of the insert? And he was like, here's Wandering Towers, and yes, I'll do the insert.
Nice.
He just took it right off of his shelf. So Toby is a super good guy, and he's really got a good community going down there. So might actually have to enter this one, Eric says.
That is so cool.
Who made the insert and towers? I probably missed it. It's a store called The Printed Meeple. The Printed Meeple. It's in San Antonio, Texas, on Nacogdoches Road. And
on what?
Nacogdoches.
What?
Nacogdoches.
I don't think that's a word.
It absolutely is. I'll show it to you. Dadgummit, you weirdo.
Can't just make up words.
I don't. It's Nacogdoches Road in San Antonio. Oh my gosh. Golly, George, I'm telling you. I even know how to spell it. Nacogdoches. That's not how you spell it.
See, you can't spell it. It doesn't exist.
Well, here, I mean, that is thing. Visit Nacogdoches, okay? Where is Nacogdoches? Oh, I bet you it's in Texas. It is. We actually have a Nacogdoches Road in San Antonio. Here, let me even show you. The Printed Meeple, San Antonio, Texas. There we go. And what's the street name? 13032 Nacogdoches Road, San Antonio, Texas. I'm not making it up, you weirdo. Ay, ay, ay. That's the snack tray, Blake says.
Nacho doses.
Al Hernandez, me when I don't win. I didn't want it anyway.
I didn't want that.
Let's see here. Forgot the cards.
Yeah, they're going to get back.
Cards
We'll
are
have
here.
to put them back.
They'll get back in there, don't worry. Sam forgot to press the live button this
Yeah,
time.
I noticed.
I know, he
I
did.
tried to collect it.
Appleette. Is the school mascot an apple? No.
We are the Wenatchee
Panthers
Panthers, but it is the home.
of the Golden Apple Band.
Yes.
It's the
and
Golden Apple Band, which is really funny
the
because
apple capital of the world.
but when they put the Golden Apple Band
Yeah.
and they abbreviate because they don't want to they want to save money on their t-shirts, they just put the GA band, so it's like the GA band. I'm like, good job, y'all.
Our dance team is the Applettes. We are the Golden Apple
Well,
Band.
again, it's not part of Wenatchee High School.
The Applettes?
That's a private organization.
No.
I'm pretty sure it is.
No. They wouldn't be able to perform at the football games. It's a high school organization. That's why they listed their seniors up on the board, and it's a thing. There's a dance team. That is their team. The Applettes. We had a dance team in my high school in the 80s. I know, because I was on it. It's part of the school.
Okay.
Throw him
Pretty
away.
sure they get funding from somewhere other than the
No,
school.
they are a school.
Pretty sure.
Their
they get-
fees are super high for their families because they travel and they perform all over and they
Okay.
performed at nationals.
Tennis is a sport, but that doesn't use teams, though.
Yeah,
Running
see?
is a sport. Cycling is a sport. It's not just one dude. There is a team of cyclists. It's not just one runner. There is a team of runners in that.
There is a team of dancers.
Understood. But those
You see
cyclists,
what I have to deal with?
the team of cyclists are on the same course as the other teams of cyclists at the same time. So it's not just you battling with yourself and you working with your team. It's you're competing against the other cyclists that are around you, jockeying for position and all of that kind of stuff. I think his mom is here. Let me go get that. Go ahead.
Early today.
I'll be right back.
I'm scooching over. Yeah, see? He's like, that's not a sport. And I'm completely disagreeing with him. I'm just letting you all know. I completely disagree. But he makes me laugh about it. I don't know about the Australian breakdancing, but David, that is a debate, I guess, right now. I want to know what song has the triple jump spin. Sam doing K-pop. I think that should happen. It was like Jason Levine doing the worm one time. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't scoot his chair forward. It's too big and it sticks. So I can't like scoot forward. So I'm just going to sit on the edge. By the way, when we switch seats in the car, I have a booster seat in my car. because they get tired of moving the seat up and down. Okay. They would like to see you dance to some K-pop. Turn your mic back on. They said,
What?
They said, you should try doing some of these K-pop dances then, Sam. And then Tom says that could be Sam's #1 video, Sam doing K-pop.
No.
And then Blake says he has the perfect song for Sam to do your K-pop to, and it involves a triple jump spin.
Hard no. Hard pass. Again, you have to understand, I am not saying that these things are not athletic. And as far as dancing is concerned, that is not my type of athleticism. I played hockey. I can play football. I was athletic that way. I played soccer. I was a soccer coach.
I tried to get him to even join ballroom dancing. Not ballroom dancing. Square dancing. We have a really big square dancing club in Wenatchee, and I said, let's train square dancing. And he said that.
I didn't say anything.
He said that right there.
Australian.
Yeah, I know. I read that.
Have you heard the controversy with that?
Yeah.
How she got there?
I don't know about how she got there.
And again, I don't know how much of this is accurate, but what I've read is her and her husband have like cornered the market in breakdancing competitions in Australia. So they are involved in it, but she is by far not the best Australian. There are like many others that are completely better than she is, but she got there because her husband is the head of the organization that chose who got to go, or something like that. I don't know. I think it's pretty stupid. Maybe she thought she was doing a good job.
No, there was something about she said she intentionally tried to show how breakdancing is about freedom and the choices that you make, and you can intentionally choose to do things that are opposite what other people something. I don't know. Whatever. I don't really know.
Let's see here. Tennis is a sport, yes, but even in tennis, there's doubles. I mean,
so single tennis isn't a sport.
But even then, single tennis, it's you against somebody else that's on the court at the same time.
He likes the verses.
Well, I think that's integral to what makes up a sport. On the battlefield, at the same time, against.
Right. No, I understand.
You try to do some of these K-pop dances. No, see, that's the thing.
I think he should. I think that should be a thing.
I am not saying that any of these things. I'm not saying that they don't take skill.
He's saying they're not a sport.
I'm just saying that there's a delineation between an activity that takes skill and a team activity that also takes skill but is happening at the same time with somebody else on the field at the same time.
He likes the verses. That's all.
Sure. I've got the perfect song for... Oh, no. Not going to happen, buddy. Ryan C. is here. Ryan, good to see you. Do young kids go to your church game nights? Some bring theirs to ours, and they just run around. Any advice in advertising to make people understand that they need to play with their kids if brought?
Okay, this is an interesting point.
Good luck.
We have hosted a couple of game nights. Actually, we hosted one or two at my work.
I was there for one. You didn't let me go to the next one.
I didn't because he lost his mind on the first one. And
I'll explain why
I need to get better at explaining the rules. Like, this is a family-friendly event. Bring your family and play a game with them.
Yep.
Because this is not a babysitting service.
Unfortunately, many adults, doesn't matter who they are.
Right. We'll be like, sweet, we've got a game night. I'm going to play. Somebody watch my kids.
Or I'm going to bring my kid here. I'm going to sit in the corner and let them run amok.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it is a hard battle, but one of the things we are lucky when we host at our church, which Kristen has said she wants to do again. And I was like, we want to do all year. So we'll see what happens. But when we are able to host at our church, we actually can use the big play area there.
It has to be supervised.
And it has to be supervised, but that's a huge thing. But when I've hosted it at my work church, the first time was a disaster because it was kids running everywhere, game pieces getting thrown, it was absolute chaos. The second time I did it, I was more
Multiple
strict.
games probably lost pieces that
Yeah,
night.
yeah, like lots.
It was bad. I don't know that they did, but they could have if I didn't lose my mind.
Yeah,
and start going around and cleaning stuff up.
Yeah, it was bad. But what I did for that one is I would specifically say, what game do you guys want to play? Oh, why don't you take this game and go sit over at that table with your kids?
Yeah.
It's kind of more actually directed, and it feels kind of wrong because I always feel like pick a game and play and just be free fall, you know? But I had to make it more regulated and be like, here's a good game for you and your kids. Almost like a librarian. Like, here's the game you can check out. Go play it with your kids.
Let's see here.
I know, we missed a lot. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I didn't scroll.
It's fine.
Catch up, baby.
Never too early for music. No, it isn't.
No, I agree.
I knew I liked JT, Tom says.
Yeah,
My dad still has... Well, no, it wasn't his idea. It was the chat's idea, and I'm pretty sure David was the ringleader.
Yeah, or it was his idea to steal your pieces, though.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I'm sitting there as Sam came back to the table, and I was like...
My dad still hasn't noticed that I stole a screw out of the wall to fix my curtain rod. Interesting. Just received the most overdue 870 days Kickstarter on my list. Never thought I would see the day. Too bad it isn't a game. 870 days. That's almost 3 years.
That's a long time.
Tom Vazel bought me and Z carry-on bags, smart carry-on bags,
Okay.
and it was a Kickstarter. And by the time we got them,
Yeah, the technology.
they were obsolete.
No way.
Yes.
That's funny.
They were absolutely obsolete because by the time we got them,
Right, you could have a portable charger
when he
here.
ordered them, when he backed the Kickstarter, there were no, it was
Right, right.
before the whole batteries blowing up and
Right,
catching
right.
fire and stuff like that on planes. So by the time we got them, all of that had happened.
Yeah.
And planes had now said you can't
bring those on.
You can't bring those
Yeah,
on
yeah.
anymore. Or if you bring them on, they have to be unplugged and
Right.
all this other kind of stuff. And so by the time we actually got the
technology
was already obsolete.
That's funny.
It's like
That's funny.
and because all of the technology was inside the bag
Yeah,
and
you can't.
it was really good.
Yeah.
And it was kind of well designed.
Yeah.
But there was less room in the bag because you had to fit all of those other battery packs. And so it was like, I can't even carry as much as I need to.
That's funny.
So it's not even a good carry-on anymore. But it was supposed to be one of those things where you would charge that battery.
Right. And it
before
would
you
charge
left,
your devices.
And you could plug your devices into your bag.
Right, and they could charge
So it was a
them
really
from-
good idea.
Yeah.
It just took too long to make.
Yeah.
So now it was obsolete.
That's funny.
But yeah, almost 3 years. Good night. 2.5 years, it looks like. Exercise gear, David says it was. You can't just make up words.
funny.
Jesse, all the words are made up. This is true. All words are made up.
Oh, no, and I'm not forgetting all of our names in the Northwest. I just wanted to make fun of him.
Yeah, I know.
We have great
That is a
names
long
up here.
time to wait for Kickstarter fulfillment. Jess is forgetting all the names in the Pacific Northwest. I'm still waiting on a Kickstarter that was to deliver March 2021. That's over 3 years. Wow.
Is it, at that point, is it going to happen or is it not? Like, they keep saying, oh, we're ready to
They've
deliver.
written it off, but he's written it off, but the publisher still says it will be delivered by the end of this year.
Wow. Well,
What is it?
we know some that may or may not
Well, yeah.
ever make it.
Right. We have Sequim. How do you say that?
Keep trying.
No, how do you say it?
Squim.
What? No.
Squim.
You can't just... That's lazy pronunciation. That's what it is. I bet you it was sequim at some point, and somebody was like, nah, it's just squim. I bet you that's what it was. That's one of those ways where, because in the South, we do that all the time. We
Like
just get lazy with...
Nachodotchis.
No, Nacogdoches is a real name. Stupid. Puyallup.
Puyallup.
Yeah, it stinks. Pew. Walla Walla.
Walla Walla.
Well, I mean Walla Walla. That's
Even Bugs Bunny knew Walla Walla.
that was it. 870 days. That's how long it took.
That's a long time.
I have never kickstarted anything. I always wait for retail, Derek says. Blake says, I've never kickstarted anything either. Second place goes to Senjutsu at 561 days late. Also disappointing. It's unfortunate. I've got Senjutsu over there. Just haven't got to it yet. If it's BMX cycling, you're out one at a time, not at the same time. But again, it's you against the other people that are there at the same time, just like swimming. You are competing with the other people that are there on the field at the same time. That's me. I'd love to see competitive dancing where you're having a dance-off. That's fun. That's fun to watch. I would actually like to see that. I think that should happen. The problem with buying Kickstarter games is that they are first-run products, and sometimes there are mistakes. There are mistakes in component quality or rulebook, etc. Things ironed out with second print runs for retail. Understood. The song with the triple jump spin is called "Home" by the K-pop group 17. Thanks.
I think we're going to look it up.
Oh,
We're going to play it.
I promise you, I am not.
I'm going to play it on Alexa.
I promise you, I am not. I got enough K-pop when I lived in Korea. Unfortunately, I got to agree with Sam. Color guard, dance, cheerleading, not sports. Man, that hurt to agree.
See, but then you have to say gymnastics is not a sport because you are not competing at the exact same time as the other people. You are on the beam and they are on the beam at a different time. You both have set routines that you have to do and you are judged. So if you are saying that, then you are saying gymnastics is not a sport. And I wholeheartedly disagree.
I would actually say that if it's judged, then it's probably not a competitive sport. Nobody judges football. There's referees to make sure you adhere to the rules, but it's my skill against yours that wins.
That's the same thing. They're doing their skill against your skill.
No, it's judged. So it's not necessarily your skill that wins today. It's how somebody else thought you did. This is all off the cuff.
Yeah, because everything we do is so planned.
Well, definitely not scripted. Nobody will ever
say we are scripted.
Yep.
But
I did play Blade Rondo 467 days late last night, and it was pretty fun and fast two-player card battle. A little fiddly, but short and simple play fits a niche.
Nice.
The only thing that Eric and Sam agree on, we can all now move on with our lives. I think a distinction with the sport is that competitors are on a field track course at the same time competing, so tennis, swimming can be a sport even though it's individuals. I just said that. So, yeah. Please understand. I am
He's
not
just making conversation, not
decrying
trying to say
any of these things as legitimate, good things that people should do and can do and all of that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't view them as a sport because of certain parameters that I put onto the term sport. That's all. Oh my, I'd pay good money to watch Sam square dance. America's Funniest Home Falls.
I'm telling you, I want him to join the square dance club with me. We're really bad.
America's Funniest Fails on tonight's show.
He won't fail. He's good at taking direction. He'd be fine. He's a good leader. He'd be great. I think we should do it.
Well, it's a heel and a toe and a heel and a toe and slide, slide, slide.
Yep. Let's go.
That sounds horribly boring.
Gives you what to do.
I know.
It even tells you what to do.
I know. I am an artiste.
You're the Australian breakdancer again.
I'll do my own square dancing. No, I won't. I had a K-pop audition last year. They rejected me. Oh, I'm sorry that they rejected you. Electric slide, such a good dance.
Oh, yeah.
It's electric. You can't see it. It's electric. You got to feel it. It's electric. Oh, it's shaking. It's electric.
Shaking.
Oh, dear. I find cattle prods quite effective in corralling people's kids.
Yes. There are days.
The amount of people that let kids run amok in my pizza place.
Yes, that's exactly it. Even with my big kids.
Oh, he works at a Papa Murphy's. Did we know that? I know he worked at a pizza place. I didn't know it was Papa Murphy's. Yeah.
We still, even with my big kids, are somewhere. And they start acting like 5-year-olds and running around. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, we're in public.
We're in public, or we're at a restaurant, or we're at a church, or we're at, what are you doing?
You are not in your bedroom
Yeah,
anymore.
and there are
Stop
moments
acting
that
like
they
you are.
just, or like we're outside and they're jumping off things, or sitting on sofas upside down, backwards, jumping over them. And this happened last week, and I'm like, what are we doing? This is
Kids
not how we
always try to
behave.
steal our tips.
Rude.
Adventures in Neverland by Black Box. They made over $500,000 in the Kickstarter. How much they made doesn't really matter.
Oh.
As far as how long it takes.
Did they get that game, or was that one?
No, this is one that's still on the way, but he's saying the Black Box is telling that it will be sent by the end of this year.
I see.
How much they made doesn't really matter, and frankly, for Kickstarter, $500,000 isn't a lot. That's lower end on the big scale of things. That's low.
Oh yeah.
So if it's a big game and they made $500,000, I bet you they were wanting to make twice that. And don't come back and say, well, they said that their goal was this.
You're right. That doesn't matter.
Goals are I won't say criminally, but I say they are woefully low. It is usually, this is the bottom rung. This is the bottom rung. This is the absolute minimum that we need in order to get
Slightly started. Yeah.
this project off the air. I would imagine sometimes it's even less than what they would need to make on a yearly salary. So yeah, goals are usually, like, I made the mistake when we went to the bank one time of coming up with what I needed for the first year of a project that we were talking about doing it. And the people of the bank looked at it and were like,
Nope.
no way, we're not going to do this. And I was like, but it was an honest look. This is how much I need to have in order to make 1 year at this, with startup costs and making sure that we have money too. And they looked at it like, no way, not going to do it. So when I look at some of the goals that Kickstarter campaigns come up with, I'm like, nobody's getting paid for that. That's barely going to cost manufacturing costs. Cover, rather, not cost. Blake says, I agree. If it's judged, it's probably not a sport. Judging is always subjective, except for boxing, which is judged to a point, but has strict guidelines.
Well, all the judging has strict guidelines.
Right, that's what he's saying.
Right.
But in boxing, I can knock you out and I win. Doesn't matter what the judges say.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I knock you out, it doesn't matter if the judges thought the other guy did better. I knocked you out. You're done. I won. That's competition. That's not judges. The only time judges come into it is if I don't knock you out. And so somebody has to determine, and even then, it's not an arbitrary, oh, I liked that. It's you landed X amount of punches, he only landed this many punches. He won. You know, they won. You know, it's different. I don't know. Would Sam consider luge a sport? No. Unless you're talking about...
Is that the thing you go down the mountain?
Yes. Yeah.
Why wouldn't... Well, it wouldn't be a sport to him because it's not...
Right. It's an activity.
Versus. It's not a versus.
Yeah. It's an activity. I'm not saying it isn't athletic.
100% wrong.
I'm not saying it isn't athletic. It's just not a sport. It's an athletic activity, yes. It's just not a sport. There.
Feel better?
It's the most important thing I've said all day.
Jeez Louise.
You guys scripted the not pressing the go live button, didn't you?
No,
Yes.
we did not. But that was amazing. Because
The
you have no...
objective
I mean, I was
measure-
on fire. I was solid talking. Oh my gosh.
The objective measure of a score versus a subjective opinion of how well you did. That's a good definition of the difference between being judged, what we were saying earlier. Gymnastics is better suited as a...
I think you guys should just stop.
Well, I got to read it because it's in the chat. Gymnastics is better suited as a circus event than a sport.
You've never tried it.
No knock on gymnastics. Freestyle snowboarding is also athletic and great to watch, but not a sport. I agree with this.
I disagree.
Skateboarding, same thing. Not necessarily a sport. It's an activity that is super athletic. Super athletic. But it's not a sport. It's an athletic activity that needs so much skill. I have so much respect for skateboarders and snowboarders. Please. This is a great way for me. But it's not a sport. It's an athletic activity. Yes. The precision that bands have to have in order to do their job well is super high. But it's not a sport. It's an athletic activity. That takes a lot of skill. But it's not a sport. And the fact that they need a physical for it doesn't mean that it's a sport.
It means it's now part of the sports teams.
No. What it means is that they as a school need to protect themselves from the legal ramifications if their kid faints or falls over or gets hit in the head with a tuba
Or
all
gets hit in the back of the
stuff
head by a 2x4 that's carved into the shape of a rifle.
that she threw up in the air and didn't catch properly. I'm just saying. The fact that they require a physical doesn't mean that it's a sport. It means that they need to cover their own butts in a legal ramification way. Because it's a physical thing that is happening. Dante has said that like 2 or 3 kids have already fainted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think there would be more reason for them to have band kids get a physical than some, not all, football players. Because football players are athletic, and they're athletic all the time. Band kids aren't always athletic. Aren't always. I'm just saying,
He's basically saying every sport I did in high school and junior high isn't a sport.
Every athletic activity that you do in school is not necessarily a sport. That is correct.
You compete, you have meets, I disagree.
Okay. It's all right. You have the right to be wrong. It's okay.
Uh-huh.
It's not like they ran out of money to produce the game.
Yeah.
500,000
500,000 would go fast, so.
It depends. I mean,
Manufacturing costs, employee
they
costs.
may have run out of money in a number with only 500,000. They may have run out of money in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's not just for production. You got to understand. They paid artists. They paid an author to write the rule book. They paid an editor. They paid a project manager to work with the factory. They paid manufacturing costs to the factory. They paid materials costs to the factory. They paid shipping costs. They've paid. There's a lot of stuff that has to come out of that $500,000, and it's not just the money that's needed to produce the game. There's money that's needed to get the files, and they got to pay graphic designers to put the rule book and all of the artwork that's going in the rule book. They got to pay those people to do a certain job. They very well could have run out of money. God bless you. Let's see here. I have seen a few Kickstarters that made significantly much more than they were expecting to actually make, and then didn't know what to do with the extra money, and they botched it.
Oh,
That's happened as well. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You gotta remember, a lot of these people that are Kickstarters, they're not necessarily business people. They're gamers, and they're feeling out all of the business stuff because they have such a passion for the making of the game. They're not necessarily business people. Just because somebody threw up a Kickstarter project doesn't mean that they know what they're doing.
Right, I get it.
It means that they are trying to do what they can and asking for help along the way to get all this stuff done. And I would imagine part of that, I don't know. I would say that one of the ways that Kickstarter projects lose the most money is because they don't know what they're doing, so they have to hire somebody to get the project back on track.
Right.
And they have to pay that person a
lot
of the money that they were going to use to make the game. Mm-hmm. I would imagine that happens a lot.
I could see that. Catch up.
Wow. Crack the whip there, lady. Derek says, Sam, do you get excited about upcoming board games, Kickstarters, etc.? Tom Zazzle claims he doesn't pay much attention to them. I can vouch for what Tom has said from a personal side of things. I don't think Tom gets very excited about new stuff that's coming out. He does pay attention to it because he's got crowd surfing that he has to put together stuff for to talk about and all that other kind of stuff. He pays attention to it, but I would vouch for him saying that he doesn't personally care much about it. But I think he has to do it from a business perspective. Karen is here. What's up, Karen? Good to see you. She's been here for a while, I would imagine. 7.5, your burp score. Thank you. That was off the cuff. If I can do much better, but I don't. I usually try to. I'm so late, but good to see you all. Good to see you too, Karen. Burping is a sport, no?
No.
I agree. The scoring in competitive burping is subjective. That is correct. I wonder how professional burpers fuel themselves. I don't know that there are professional burpers, but I will say that I knew this wiry little middle school aged girl when I was an assistant youth pastor one year that could beat any, and I mean anybody in our youth group and other youth groups. We went to a youth retreat one time, and they had a burping contest one Saturday. And this little, 4 foot nothing, skin and bones girl got up there, ate her banana, drank her Sprite, and blew everybody away. I mean, it was a barbaric burp. And it was very fun to watch. I mean, she was totally super wiry and braces on her teeth. Just, she was a very pleasant girl to be with, but you would never think in a million years that this little package could explode with such force as she did. It was amazing. Just because you're athletic doesn't mean you don't need a physical. I understand that. That's why I said some. That's why I said some, not all. A friend I have got their sports physical and they found a tumor and they didn't know that they had. Yeah, I understand that. Absolutely. There are, skipping ads, there are football players, high school football players, that have literally fallen over in the middle of practice and never to get up again. I get it. I'm not saying that athletic people don't need physicals. That's all I'm saying at all. I just think that there's probably more of a legal reason for non-athletic people to get a physical, because you don't know what's going to happen. But you don't know what's going to happen anyway. I put a straight pin on the end of my trombone slide to jab the French horn guys sitting in front of me. Why does that not surprise me, Eric?
That's funny.
I sing because I have zero patience to learn an instrument. There was a much louder Jessie sneeze than yesterday's video. Yeah. She can, again, small frame, big explosions. Often. I'm talking about a video game Kickstarter. The person running it was a businesswoman, but didn't really know video games. That's what failed it.
Oh, see, it's the opposite is what Sam was saying. So sometimes they know the games, but not the business. And these people knew the business, but not the game.
Right. So what started this issue? I don't know what issue you're talking about, Karen. It's called...
It's called Sam Doesn't Think Half the Sports That Are Sports Are Sports.
It's called...
That's what it is.
It's called the Ouya. If you know, you know. I don't know. O-U-Y-A. Ouya.
You know, you know.
No.
O-U-Y-A.
O-U-Y-A. It's called the Ouya. If you know, you know. I don't know.
It's Blake, so it must be a...
I'm a bit lost now, Stinge Collins says. If it is competitive, then it is a sport? Because then wargaming and playing computer games would be a sport. No, that's not true. That's not
You're
true.
on the same field at the same time, playing the same thing, not judged. So by your definition...
No, if you willfully leave out part of my definition.
Which
athleticism. Athleticism. Physicality.
Right.
There's no physicality in wargaming or playing computer games. So yeah, if you leave out part of my definition and then attack that definition, what do we call that? It's called a logical fallacy.
Just questioning.
I sing to clear the house of overstaying their welcome people. I use, it's good that you use your mouth to do that. I can use other parts of my body to do that. It's much more effective. It's called clearing a room. It's good. That's good. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, adieu. To you, and you, and you, and you.
I've never made you guys watch that musical.
I've watched it many times.
Now Aiden has. We should watch it.
The Sound of Music. See, why would you want to do that, though?
My
know he's not gonna
actually,
like
there's
it.
a whole bunch of. I've been going
You
over
know he's not
musicals
gonna
that
like
I
it.
think we need to watch.
See, I pick movies that I think everybody's going to like. And that's what I ask the kids to do.
No, I do. I know.
Yeah.
But it also rules out some of the movies I really, really like.
So you and I can watch those.
You've heard it here.
Well, I'm just saying.
He's saying I can watch musicals with him.
I will do a lot of things to keep the peace in the household. I will do a lot, and that's one of them. I'll sit there and fall asleep to a musical if it means that the kids don't have to be subjected to it. Because you know they're not going to like it. That's my thing for movie night. I always try to pick
something
these.
that people aren't going to like. That's not the. I mean, I think there's actually some really good musicals that I think Aiden would like.
Maybe.
You know?
But he doesn't like musicals in general.
He likes The Greatest Showman.
Modern musical.
I
Color.
didn't say it wasn't a modern musical. We could find. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to make him watch Meet Me in St. Louis.
Flipping the table is physical, Patrick says.
Not going to make him watch Meet Me in St. Louis.
Ouya was an open source game console, if I recall correctly.
Oh.
Okay. Sam, do you have immediate family, siblings, parent, etc. that live near you in Washington?
We have children.
Is Jessie's family's large? Jessie's family isn't large. She has a sister.
And my parents. That's pretty much it.
She has a sister in Colorado. Her parents live here in Washington State. And
I have a cousin.
And a cousin, yeah.
Or two.
And to answer your question, I don't have any immediate family that lives here in Washington
Your
State.
son.
Except for but they said siblings, parent,
no,
etc. My dad lives down in Alabama. Well, my mom and dad live down in Alabama. My stepmom, I guess I should say. Yeah. I call her mom because
mom.
she's been my mom for much
years.
longer than my biological mom was. My biological mom died when I was 10. So still love her. Still, that calling my stepmom mom isn't in any way a slight against my mom. It's just that she's been doing that job for longer than my paternal mom was able to do it. So she deserves that title. She's deserved that title for much longer.
Yeah. So they live in Alabama.
Yeah, they live in Alabama. My siblings, one lives in Mobile, and she is a step sibling. And then my half sister lives up in Maryland. With her family. She's got 3 boys and a husband. I've got one. My oldest son lives here in town, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm. And my family is pretty small. Yeah, my family's pretty small. My mom and dad live here in Washington. And my sister lives in Colorado, and I have a couple cousins that live here. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Patrick Wells is here.
But my real family is here in Wenatchee. There's 5 of us that live in this house, and that's my family.
The
rest are just superfluous.
The Ouya was asking for $50,000 in Kickstarter and made $8.5 million.
Oof.
Oh dear.
Oof.
Hope. Wow.
Woof. Woof.
Wow. So that means Kickstarter got $850,000 from that, because I think they usually take average 10%. Sometimes even more than that. I think it might even be close to 20% on some projects. So Kickstarter made a truckload, and then that person probably walked away with the rest of it. Did it ever get made? I don't even know if it ever got made. The problem with sport physicals is all the doctors we are losing. Good luck getting an appointment.
Oh, yeah.
Sam is right. Karen says her opinion about schools covering their own butts.
Oh, yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that
true.
statement. I'm not saying that's not true.
Musicals are better as live events.
Oh, so much. In fact, so much. Look.
Drag the kids to the theater.
Let me beg publicly. Sam, please.
I don't know why you're begging.
Mary Poppins is in Seattle in November.
I don't know why you're begging. I have never said no to you.
I know, but they're really
I have
expensive.
Never said no.
They're super
But they are really expensive. I have never said no.
No, you have not.
I want to go on public record right now. I have never told her no, I'm not going to a musical.
No, he has not. And
I've never
before.
told her no, I'm not going to watch a musical either.
No, he's a good man.
I've never done that. So, yeah.
I want to go so bad. I saw Mary Poppins with Daphne live at the Paramount Theater in Seattle. And Daphne was 5 or 6. And her and I went on a date. And it blew my mind. It was so good.
Sam, don't forget about the Forest Shuffle app. I will not. I remember.
Yeah, we got to look into that.
We have more than enough doctors in Tacoma, Blake says. keeping the peace. Smart man, Sam.
He's very smart.
I don't know about that.
You okay?
Yep. Really, Blake, you're lucky. Over here in Kitsap,
Yep.
It's a real issue. I would imagine that's a size of the town, maybe. I don't know. How big is Kitsap?
Kitsap County
Yeah.
is a county.
Oh, is that why they call it Kitsap County? But, I mean, yeah. We have a huge nonprofit health system in Tacoma, which my dad happens to work for, Blake says. My mom has 2 stepmothers, and the second one she never allowed me to call grandma. Interesting.
People sometimes get hung up on names and lineage and family. I had a family member I wasn't allowed to call literally anything. Couldn't call this person anything.
Oh, that's really bad. Ouya definitely fulfilled, got a retail release, and was not powerful enough to run the games they tried to put on it.
Oh.
That's super bad. Why? How could...
That's terrible.
Jeez.
With that much money, too. Oh.
It was considered the biggest, one of the biggest Kickstarter failures.
That's amazing.
Curious, what kind of investment is required in cameras, lighting, editing software to get started doing YouTube content? Competition out there makes just using computer camera not a good option. That is correct.
We have
actually,
3 cameras.
If you own a somewhat decent camera, you don't phone rather. You don't need it. You don't need a camera. You can use your phone. The only what is it?
What did you do?
Oh, Face ID. Oh, it wants me to open wallet. I don't want it to open wallet. A lot of content creators use their phones, or they use like handheld cameras that you can put on tripods.
We have one.
That have, because the digital cameras all now have the ability to not just take pictures, but they also can take video as well. So you don't need necessarily a video camera. Now, lighting is very important. So
But they have the little ring lights that are portable.
yeah, they have little ring lights that are portable, and you can have those. But I don't want to put a dollar amount on it. Like I just bought these mics, and I got them on
Amazon,
and it came with 4 lapel mics with 1 receiver. The only thing I don't like about it is that they are rechargeable batteries and not like AA's or AAA's or something like that. I would much rather have AA's or AAA's because I think those have a longer battery life, even the rechargeable ones. But that's the only thing I don't like about it. Otherwise, everything is great. Everything is great with them. I spent, I think, $250 on those. That's four mics with 1 receiver that goes into the camera. The cameras that we have are both 4K Sony's. Panasonic, I'm sorry, yeah. And they were probably if you buy the exact same model, they're older cameras now, you're probably going to spend about $1,500 each. The lights, it depends on the lighting brand, but they are, I think I got packages of 2 for about $50. So that's $100. Then you have to cords, HDMI cables, the A10 Mini that I use from Blackmagic Design, that was another, I think, $300, maybe $250, something like that. The computer that we use, that was the largest expense, I think, at around $2,000. And then you've got to have stuff to do content about. So it's not cheap. But in order to stay competitive, and if you're good at doing it, this can be a big use.
I'm about to sneeze again.
Do it. Do it must be done.
Crash test dummies.
Crash test dummies, is that what you said?
Yep. Crash test dummies. I got a lot of
Let's see
sneezy.
here. Do you think you'd be doing reviews today if you hadn't been with a dice tower? Probably not. Well, I don't know. I could have arbitrarily decided to do reviews, but having done it,
But look at the path
Yeah.
you were set upon.
yeah.
You know, God set this path for you.
With that in mind, yeah,
I think.
it was a logical progression.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm
My
almost
mom
out.
just didn't like her second stepmother. She always called her a word I won't type in chat.
Yeah, that's
Thank
valid.
you, thank you, chat. Thank you
had,
for saving chat, Blake.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes back to the general idea of never fund tech Kickstarter. Tech moves so fast that by the time they make a product
Yeah,
from an
it's
idea,
gone.
it will be
Yeah.
outdated.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened with
Right,
our
with your smart
carry-on
bags,
bag. Your mics have excellent sound, much better than a lot of content creators I watch. Thank you. Good sound is important. The investment
Until
in
I
mics
sneeze,
is paying
then
off.
it's not really good.
Thank you, David. Appreciate that. The problem with the Ouya is not that it was outdated when it came out, it's just that it wasn't done very well.
That's
Yep.
a bummer.
Is Jessie allergic to Sam? No.
No, but there is a really high pollen count right now.
Yeah.
And something is bothering me. Also, on a separate note,
Probably. I know I am, Eric.
our outside doesn't smell super lovely right now because
Oh, yeah. We had...
the house behind us on
We
Thursday
were at
night-
church on Thursday night, and we got a text from a friend of
mine.
ours that lives in the neighborhood saying, "Hey, there's some fun
little
stuff
excitement
going on
down by
a
your
little
house."
excitement at your house." I was like, what?" We were like checking our ring and everything, and we couldn't see anything on the ring, and then we get a picture of the log cabin that is across the street behind us,
right behind us.
like up in flames, column of flames where the
Big
church
time.
was, and where the
Building was.
the structure was. And
And it doesn't. It smells very burnt out there, so that might be what it's causing
yeah,
it.
it's
Maybe.
not that bad. I don't think it's that. I think it's something else. But yeah, so that was interesting. It's a sad story, actually.
Yeah.
The grandpa of the family that lives back there. The grandpa was trying to build the log cabin in his off time.
Like literally
Like
one piece of wood
by
at
himself.
a time. By himself.
By himself. And
I can do
he's-
3 pieces today.
He's been doing it for 4 years now, trying to get it finished. And there's something happened at their trailer, and their
Yeah.
trailer caught fire.
The little 10-year-old was the one who noticed it and was able to get his grandfather out. And one of their pets, but not the rest of the pets. Yeah. And was standing on the side of the road with his grandpa as the fire trucks were pulling up.
Yep.
The mom and dad were not home at that time, just the boy and the grandpa.
Family Meeple is here. What's up, Family Meeple? Good to see you. How do you do it, Eric? You got a good antihistamine?
Yeah.
Question mark. Strider getting a brother or sister soon?
We've been talking about it.
Yeah.
We have to wait till Sam is done with this season of traveling before we can talk about that. Sorry, I can't bring a new dog in the house without Sam here.
No,
And-
it would be Strider and Boromir. If we're gonna go with that route,
Yes,
it would be Strider and Boromir.
absolutely.
But if we adopt a
been-
dog, they're already gonna have a name.
Yeah,
so.
but we've been talking about it, but it has to be when Sam is not going to be gone for a week at a time.
The one that has my attention is a husky named Joy
Yeah.
at the local humane center.
I'm
September, maybe.
struggling.
Sorry.
Maybe.
We can be done.
Maybe.
We can be done. We've been doing it for 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Taking a quick lunch break in the middle of cleaning out my youngest daughter's closets.
Oh, yeah.
Yikes!
Yeah. No.
Yeah, we're going to be working in our garage a little bit today. We were working in there a little bit. Yeah, well, she did most of the work. I helped load up the car, and we took it down to
We took an
Goodwill.
entire full car to
Yeah.
Goodwill. Like, we have a big car.
Volkswagen Atlas.
Yeah. And the seats folded down and the back seat folded. We had an entire
It's at the
full
point
car.
where it's like, this stuff has been in our garage
Right.
for years at this point.
Yep.
and we've not missed it.
Nope.
So why are we keeping it?
Yep.
Give it away. Lewis is here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, I did get your email. I just haven't read it yet. Matter of fact, I will read it though because David, how's that Mission Red Planet playthrough video coming along? It hasn't been done yet. Let's see. What am I doing? Oh yeah, email. There it is. So email. There we go. Oh, you sent me a link. Live chat is usually enabled by default on YouTube watch pages, unless the audience of a live stream is set to made for kids. To turn on live chat for a YouTube channel, you can do the following. All right, so I never set any of my videos or live streams to made for kids. I never do that. So I don't know why that would be part of it, but this is the AI overview anyway. Then go to live, under customization, check the live chat box, select live commentary to enable, click next to save. You can also change your default comment settings for new videos and community posts in YouTube Studio. All right, I'll pay more attention to that later.
That sounds like stuff I don't know anything about. Oh, we gotta wrap up, baby.
This is interesting. What AI just said and the AI overview is refuted by Reddit. YouTube thread says, long story short, you cannot change the default live chat feed option to be live chat instead of top chat. The option to change this, you're making me go to Reddit, dude. I don't like it. Currently, top chat seems to be default. I don't know.
Baby.
I'll look at it later.
Yeah, focus.
I am focused on the question at hand. Let's see. Let's see here. COVID mask. Is that an abbreviation for contending on video indefinitely? Huh. Played a solo game of Revive this morning, though. Set up a good attitude going into the cleaning. You have the kid safe setting on your stream, hence top chat default. Okay. Well,
we will fix that.
It is kid safe. It always is kid safe, but it's not for kids.
Right.
I don't make it for kids. But anyway, is there a way to get it default to live chat? Just made my work assignment requests for the Dice Tower West.
Ooh, fun.
Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. I love that Reddit is more believable than the support pages. I just manually change it to live chat. So
That's
do
what
I.
we do.
I hate Reddit. Yep, me too. I'm going to skip ads for you all because we're about to go. Let's do lightning round. Then we'll be done. Okay?
Okay.
Because you're struggling. You said you were.
No, I said we have to get going.
Well, not really. We don't have anything to do today.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. Okay, lightning round. We haven't done these in a while. Lightning round. You have to give us two things that are at odds with one another. And then we have to choose one of them or provide a third, more logical answer to your question than we think either of the other two question answers would be. The way we act around her, we are like kids. Okay. See y'all later. See you later, Pat. Take care, buddy. Waiting for my movers after 2 p.m.
Oof.
Yeah, he's moving to Austin today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Says he's still going to go back on the weekends
Oh, nice.
to San Antonio. Chores count as doing things. No, they don't.
Told ya.
What is the deal with ads? Maybe because I keep saying skip, it's like, okay,
Yeah,
what
it
about now?
does. Yeah,
How about now?
it does.
How about now? Apples or oranges?
Apples.
Yep, apples. Absolutely.
Apple capital of the world, right here, Wenatchee, Washington.
I like apples better. Always have. Oranges are good. Don't get me wrong, but I like apples better.
I love apples.
Tom or Z, JK, LOL.
You know we can't say that. They're both great people.
Square dancing or ballroom dancing?
I would take anything Sam would do with me.
No, you have to choose one.
I gave an answer. Anything Sam would do with me.
Well,
If it was actually, of the types of dancing, I would go West Coast swing. But I know I won't get Sam on that at all. Yes.
I don't even know that.
For sure, West Coast swing. Yes, for sure.
I mean, I know I'm from Texas and all, but I am not like...
Country dancing?
I'm
Can we
not
do
like
country
I'm
dancing?
not like a
And then you
country
can.
bumpkin type dance.
We could do country dancing. I would do either one if Sam would do it with me. But I used to take classes in West Coast swing.
I'm from Texas, but I was in the military, so I'm like more...
So he should be all about country songs and country dancing.
Not necessarily. I couldn't care less if I don't go to another rodeo for the rest of my life. You, however, you're different.
It's like Ants and me that we're not going.
So
this year.
I know that I'll probably be going to another rodeo, but if the
He
prospect
also said the
were-
same thing about the fair, and I'm just going to throw this out there. And he said, we don't need to go to the fair. We've been there before. And I'm like, that doesn't matter. You have to walk through every booth. You have to see the animals. You have to see the new weaving projects. You have to see the Lego builds. You have to see the STEM activities. You have to see all of them. You have to walk through the whole thing. You have to go to the fair. And he's like, we've already done that. I'm like, but we do it every year. It's the fair.
Nope.
And his comment was, well, it's just a money pit because, the carnival. I'm like, the carnival has nothing to do with the fair.
I would, okay, talk about focus. I would say, see, if I answer this, you're going to take
jump
it.
on it. Yeah.
You're going to take and run with it.
Just pick one. I won't even, I'll pretend I don't hear.
You're not good at pretending, though. I don't know.
Okay, maybe it's just to watch. What do you want to watch? Ballroom dancing or square dancing?
Neither one.
No, you have to choose. You just
No.
told me I had to choose.
Well, my more logical alternative would be no, thank you. I'll be nice about it.
Okay, so which one?
I
think you should do square dancing with me.
Well, see? That's what I'm saying. You're going to jump on it. You're not going to pretend not to listen.
Why would I not want to do something with you?
I'm not saying you shouldn't want to do something with me, but
We do your
dancing
hobby.
or gymnastics. I would enjoy watching gymnastics more than dancing.
Watching.
Yes. And I can't do gymnastics, and you'll find out probably
I
soon
love
enough. I cannot dance.
doing gymnastics. I'm not fit enough to do them anymore.
I am rhythmic
But
for guitar playing, but
I love
that is
doing
about
dance. I've always done dance.
Let's see here.
I think we should do West
Take
Coast
the
swing.
weekend off or work through the weekend to demolish your backlog of video production tasks.
He's going to say take the weekend off, but that's a great question.
Take the weekend off. Because the family needs time too.
Family needs time.
Spring or fall?
Spring.
Fall. I like the weather better in fall. Have you heard about the new Stonemeyer game about collecting stamps? Yes, I have. Interesting how the theme is coming out around the same time as Comic Hunters.
Isn't there a...
It's been in the works for a while though.
What did people that collect stamps, there's a name for that collection. It's called...
Stamp collecting.
No. It has like a word.
Yeah, stamp collecting.
Stop. It's like... It's a word.
It's what?
It's like a word.
Stampography.
No, it doesn't have the word stamp in it. It's a word that... I don't have my phone. It's a word. If somebody can tell me the word for stamp collecting, it would be great.
I need to play with Matthew on weekends in San Antonio. We have the Gloomhaven game to play.
Nice.
Yes, we do, Lewis. Breaking into Jaws of the Lion. D&D or Pathfinder? D&D. Spurs fan. I'm a Texan too, but I am not a freaking cowboy. People outside of Texas assume I am a cowboy with a cowboy hat all my life. Sorry if I am bitter about this. Yeah, I don't. I've owned cowboy hats when I was a kid.
Did you ever wear one?
When I was a kid. Yeah. But again, it was like a novelty thing. It wasn't like I walked around with a cowboy hat on all the time. It was just something that, you know, there was a point where I wanted to wear cowboy boots and a cowboy hat, but it was just a phase. It wasn't like I
always wore my boots and my hat.
Always having to do it.
Bears, you saw that picture. Cubs? You saw that picture of me.
Both. Yes. Both Bears and Cubs. I'll change that word for you. Make it better. Bears and Cubs. Sir. Crokinole. And the Olympics, yes or no? No. Zombicide, Black Plague, or Marvel? Oh boy, that's a good one. I'm going to currently say Marvel, just because I'm a little bit more on a Marvel kick right now than I am Black Plague, but I really like Black Plague. Hi, Strider. I like how JT has used his scissors when playing his games. I love how people freaked out.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I freaked out. The word is gun nuts. They are ATF tax stamps.
No, I'm telling you, there's a word. It's like, oh, I don't have my phone.
Philately? The study of postage stamps.
Maybe.
Philately. That doesn't sound right.
There's a word for stamp collectors, and it's a long. It's like blah 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 blah, like it's a word.
Yeah, stamp collecting.
You are so mean. I'm telling you, it's like if you are watching, if you're a bird watcher, you're a ornithologist, or if you study bugs, you're a something or other, and if you collect stamps, you're a something or other.
Stamp collector.
Philatheist.
Whoa, hey lady, watch your language there. Philatelist. Sounds like a person who farts a lot. Philatelist.
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 Yeah, person who collects
philatelist.
Stamps.
Yeah, philatelist. That I don't like. So is literally a person who loves stamps. The world of philatelist is a strange and tiny one. It makes one wonder why someone starts collecting stamps in the first place. Why would you have that as a definition?
That's not Webster's.
A person who collects stamps is called a philatelist. The word comes from the Greek word ateleia, which means exemption from payment. And the prefix phil, which means love. The word philatelist literally means loves stamps. Philatelist may also study postage and revenue stamps, stamped envelopes, postmarks, postcards, and other items related to postal history.
See, I told you there was a word.
But that's not what you were thinking. You said it was a long word.
That is a long word.
Philatelist?
Oh, well, it's 4 syllables. That's what I literally mimed out.
It's only that long.
But in big font, it's this big.
Put it in big font. Let's see here. I went to a rodeo in San Antonio as a kid. It was the only time I dressed as a cowboy. I blame my parents.
That sounds kind of sad.
Gloomhaven or Frosthaven? Neither. I have a lot of other games that I would rather take up my time. Save the date for next Saturday. Start of Jaws. You got it. Jaws of the Lion. Flip side of stamp collecting. Nope.
Yeah.
Karen is back just to see it end. We are out of here. We got to get started on other things, apparently. I've got to deconstruct the Wandering Towers thing so I can get it ready to go.
If you haven't entered our giveaway,
yep.
Please make sure the link is in the description.
Oh! Fart Knocker.
What?
We have to do this. I have to show everybody something because I forgot about it. You may not be interested in it, but it's something that I said I would do, so I have to do it before we go.
Okay. I don't know what you're doing, but okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. This is a Kickstarter that I backed this week.
Oh yeah.
And I told them that I would talk about it on our Saturday thing, and I totally forgot about it, which really sucks. But let me pull it up real quick, and I want to share it with you guys. And if you're not interested, then you're not interested. But if you are interested, this is something that you should go check out because I think you will like it. Screen capture, add, and now I have to go on here and go to window, and we will configure it to be, sure, that one. No, not that one. That one right there. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. So real quick, this is a game that I played on Wednesday morning and really enjoyed ourselves. I played with the owner and the designer and the developer. We just played a 2-player game while one of them presided over it and made sure we were doing the rules correctly and all that kind of stuff. So this is a game called the Great Commission strategic card game. And it's going to have over 200 cards in it. I can't remember exactly what it was. Let's see. Great Commission. Over 200 unique cards with comic artwork, 12 leaders and Kickstarter exclusives, 70 people, unique abilities, 48 trouble cards, 28 heaven cards, 8 locations, 21 events, and so forth and so on. And so the context behind this is that the guy who's owning it, who's running it, this Simon Amadeus Pilario, is the creator of a set of graphic novels called Word for Word comics, Bible comics or something to that effect. I can't remember what the name of it is.
It was on there. Scroll up.
Scroll up?
Right there.
Yeah, Word for Word Bible comic. That's what it is. And he is the artist that does all of the artwork for the comic, for the graphic novel. But the comics have his artwork in it, but they are from each book of the Bible. And not all of the books of the Bible are available, of course, but the ones that he have, the words that are used for the story are word for word the scripture. And I think that's really cool. That's why he calls it Word for Word Bible comic. And so that's where all of the different artwork's coming from. But this game is actually really fun. And it's very simple. There's only, I think, 5 different actions that you can take, and how each of those actions kind of pan out. It's really simple, but the design, the decision space that's within the game for the players is really deep. I really enjoyed it, and it's a lot of good stuff. They have a TTS module on there. You can go check it out right now, I believe. There's a how to play that this is the designer guide right here. Just really good, solid game. I've played it. Andrew Lowen played it. He's the only other guy that I'm aware of. Yeah, Andrew right here. He's the designer of Deliverance. So this was a great game, and I asked Jess if we could go ahead and back it immediately.
And I'm so mean. I said yes.
When it came out. So they have already funded. So that's a cool thing. And it's not a whole lot of money either. It's like $30 or something like that. Where are rewards? Rewards. So this is the one that I picked. So it's 30 pounds. So it was like $39. And then with shipping, it's like another. So it's like around 45 to $50 for the entire game altogether. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Or you can add on some of his graphic novels?
Oh, yeah. You can add on his graphic novels. I didn't do that right now, but I'm going to do it later.
Okay.
Because I think I want to get at least the Axe one. Because
I'd be in for all of them.
The Axe of the
Apostle. That would be fun.
Yeah, but it's expensive.
I know.
It's expensive. But, I mean, it's good stuff. But they're not, it's not like kiddie.
No,
It's like a graphic novel.
No, I get that.
That people, so it's not made for kids. No. It's like, but I don't want to say it's an adult book because people think, oh, there's nudie pictures.
No, it's the Bible.
It's not. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's worthy of your
attention.
Just go check it out. And if you don't back it, you don't back it.
But if it's something you like,
if it's something that you're interested in, go check it out because they've already funded. They've already funded by a good $5,000. So again, this is one of those things where, almost $13,000. I don't know how realistic that goal is, but it's Kickstarter. You just have to realize that it's not guaranteed, but that's what they've said. Anyway, go check that out. Had to do that. Post the link, please. I can't post it in, well, I don't, let me see, maybe I can. Hold on.
I don't think you can.
I don't think the live stream will let me do it, but I'll try. Bink. There you go. You can go check that out. There's the Kickstarter link. I will make sure that it is in. That's the word for stamp collectors, fart knocker. Sam is just stretching it so he doesn't have to do chores. No, it's not. I actually did say that I told them that I would talk about it today on the channel, and I forgot. I would not have put it at the end like this. I'm not just trying to squeeze it in. I'm going to pay for YouTube Premium for 3 months so you can see how wonderful to never skip ads again. Give me a call sometime after this. We can set up a time for next Saturday. Blah, 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 blah. I am hungry for good Bible board games. I backed the new stamp game. So Karen is a philatelist. Or at least she will play a board game where she becomes a philatelist. There you go. You have to use the words so you remember what it is.
Yes.
Philatelist.
I'm gonna sneeze again.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna leave before that happens. I will tell you a little bit more about the gameplay on Monday for Fireside Chat. Remind me to do that. Anyway, we got to get out of here before she blows up again. Love you guys. Take care.
Do.
See you guys and gals on the flip side. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Strider's ready to go. Strider's like, are you done yet?
Yeah, he tells us right at 11 o'clock. He comes up.
He does.
So.